So my son Josiah is now 5 years old, but we first started to notice challenges with his development right from the beginning. My partner has a background in early childhood development studies, and so she started to pick up things right back at that early stage, such as he wasn't lifting his head at the same time as his sister did. He wasn't sitting up at the same moment. He just across the board was just missing those same milestones at a slower rate. And so we started to ask questions of the health professionals in the clinic and of the GP. And initially they were saying, well, he's a boy. Boys tend to do things slower than girls. Don't worry about it. And my wife in particular, she really persisted. And eventually, around the 5-6 month mark, his GP got on board and started to agree that things weren't quite going as they should be. And so she referred us on to a neurological specialist for further investigation. Well, during the diagnostic process, we had a number of different concerns. Two, predominantly. One of them was wanting to understand his situation, what was going on. We wanted to really get to the bottom of what were the causes of the developmental delay, and to really understand that better. And then secondly, we really were concerned in terms of family planning. We're thinking about the future, the possibility of having other children. We wanted to know if this is a genetic cause, then we wanted to know what would be the implications for other children. So those were the two driving concerns for us throughout the diagnostic process. Well, I think the primary message I'd like to give to health professionals and GPs when faced with someone with developmental delay would be to strongly consider Fragile X testing early in the process, rather than, as in our situation, wait until there'd been 10 different specialists that we'd seen before the test was recommended. We had an assessment of developmental delay, and our child was receiving occupational therapy, speech therapy. He was getting the care he needed, and yet it took, to really understand the why behind his challenges, it took a geneticist to recommend the test very late on. And at the time, she actually thought there wouldn't be a positive result. I was quite surprised that there was. And even though looking across our family history, there were relatives with one with infertility challenges and one with Parkinson's-like symptoms that seemed to be related to and ended up being related to Fragile X conditions. And so my message would be to consider Fragile X early in the process and to get a real understanding of the family history.